Number 1. Dead skin cells are a main ingredient in household dust. According to researchers at Imperial College London, humans shed around 200 million skin cells each hour, and they have to go somewhere when we're indoors. If the idea of skin dust isn't sitting well with you, you should know that a report from the American Chemical Society found that a skin oil called squalene naturally helps reduce indoor ozone levels by up to 15%. Number 2. The world's first animated feature film was made in Argentina. Although if you know a lot of Disney trivia, you might think that Walt Disney's 1937 film Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs is the first animated feature film. However, Argentina produced a full-length animated feature film 20 years earlier. As per the Guinness Book of World Records, it was a political satire called El Apóstol that was made up of 58,000 drawings and ran for 70 minutes. Number 3. The bumblebee bat is the world's smallest mammal. According to the Guinness Book of World Records, the bumblebee bat, also known as Keating's hog-nosed bat, weighs 0.05 to 0.07 ounces, has a head-to-body length of 1.14 to 1.29 inches, and a wingspan of 5.1 to 5.7 inches. To see this tiny bat, you'd have to go to one of a few limestone caves on the Quai Noi River in Kanchanaburi Province, southwest Thailand. Number 4. A one-armed player scored the winning goal in the first World Cup. Hector Castro, who cut off his right forearm as a teenager while using an electric saw, was a member of Uruguay's soccer team during the first World Cup in 1930. Castro scored the game-winning goal in the final minute of the previous game between Uruguay and Argentina. Uruguay became the first country to win the World Cup with a final score of 4-2. Number 5. Pregnancy tests date back to 1350 BCE. According to an ancient papyrus document, Egyptian women urinated on wheat and barley seeds to determine if they were pregnant or not. According to the National Institutes of Health's Office of History, wheat growth predicted a female child. If it barely grew, it predicted a boy child. If nothing grew, the woman was not pregnant. Experimenting with this seed theory in 1963 revealed that it was 70% accurate. Number 6. Neil Armstrong's hair was sold in 2004 for $3,000. According to NBC, the lucky buyer, John Resnikoff, holds the Guinness World Record for the largest collection of hair from historical celebrities. However, Armstrong's lawyers threatened to sue Mark Sizemore, the unlucky barber who cut the former astronaut's hair, claiming that he violated an Ohio law that protects the rights of celebrities. Sizemore refused to pay, and Resnikoff stated that he would not return the hair but would instead donate $3,000 to charity. Number 7. 170-year-old bottles of champagne were found at the bottom of the Baltic Sea. According to New Scientist, the bottles of bubbly are thought to have sunk to the bottom of the sea while traveling from Germany to Russia in the 1800s. The bottom of the sea, where temperatures range between 2 and 4 degrees Celsius, turns out to be an excellent location for wine aging. The champagne was described by wine experts as sometimes cheesy with animal notes and elements of wet hair. Number 8. South American river turtles talk in their eggs. Because turtles lack vocal cords and have internal ears, scientists assumed turtles were deaf and did not communicate through sounds. Turtles, however, communicate at an extremely low frequency that sounds like clicks, clucks, and hoots, and can only be heard through a hydrophone, a microphone used underwater. These sounds can be heard even before the turtle hatches. Researchers believe that this allows all of the turtle siblings to hatch at the same time. Number 9. The French language Scrabble world champion doesn't speak French. Nigel Richards of New Zealand memorized the entire French Scrabble dictionary, which contains 386,000 words, in 9 weeks to earn the title. He has also won the English World Scrabble Championship 3 times, 5 times in the US and 6 times in the United Kingdom. This comes 20 years after Richards, then 28, first played the game. Number 10. The world's first novel ends mid-sentence. Murasaki Shikibu's 11th century novel, The Tale of Genji, is widely regarded as the world's first novel. The reader is abruptly stopped mid-sentence after reading 54 intricately crafted chapters. One translator believes the work is finished as is, while another chooses to believe the story is missing a few pages. Number 11. Human beings can only use a small fraction of Earth's water. We were taught during school that water covers the majority, 71%, of the planet's surface. While this is true, according to National Geographic, Homo sapiens can only use 0.007% of that water. This is due to the fact that only about 2.5% of the water on Earth is fresh water, and only 1% of that is accessible. The remaining is made up of glaciers and snowfields. Number 12. People once ate arsenic to improve their skin. You've probably heard about how arsenic was found in many of the Victorians' favorite cosmetics, but it only gets worse. There were also edible products on the market in the late 1800s, such as Dr. James P. Campbell's Safe Arsenic Complexion Wafers. They advertised that they could remove freckles, blackheads, and other facial disfigurements. Number 13. Some octopus species lay 56,000 eggs at a time. According to NPR, at the end of a pregnancy, a giant Pacific octopus will lay 56,000 eggs over the course of a month. These new babies float around in the surrounding water at first, unattached to one another or their mother. The mother then gathers each egg, which is about the size of a grain of rice, and weaves them into braids, allowing her to keep an eye on everyone at once. Number 11. A waffle iron inspired one of the first pairs of Nikes. Bill Bowerman, a track and field coach in the 1950s, was dissatisfied with the way running shoes were made. He first designed the Cortez shoe, but he desired a lighter sneaker that could be worn on a variety of surfaces. In 1970, while eating waffles with his wife, he had the idea to use the waffle texture on the soles of running shoes. Waffle-soled shoes first appeared at the 1972 United States Olympic Track and Field Trials in Eugene, Oregon. Number 15. Boars wash their food. According to National Geographic, zookeepers at Basel Zoo in Switzerland observed adult and juvenile wild boars picking up sandy apples and carrying them to a nearby creek in their environment to wash before eating. Though some foods, such as sugar beets, were consumed without the human-like behavior, the boars brought a whole dead chicken to the creek to wash before devouring it. As per one ecologist, this is a luxury behavior. Number 16. The first commercial passenger flight lasted only 23 minutes. Abram Fiel paid $400, equivalent to $8,500 today, for a 23-minute plane ride in 1914. The Florida flight connected St. Petersburg and Tampa, which are only 21 miles apart by water. The only passengers were Fiel, a former mayor of St. Petersburg, and the pilot, Tony Janus. This historic flight paved the way for modern air travel. And finally, number 17. The British Empire was the largest empire in world history. According to Statista, the British Empire was most powerful in the 1920s, when it controlled 23% of the world's population and approximately 13.7 million square miles of territory, nearly a quarter of the Earth's land area. So that's the end of the video. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and press the notification bell so you never miss out on our next videos. Until the next video, take care.